Steeler Nation, what's up? Adrian, and I'm back. Just got done finishing what a hell of a game as our Pittsburgh Steelers went down to New Orleans and they battled their asses off, but unfortunately they came up short, 31-28. Now heading to this game, I was pretty confident, pretty optimistic. I mean, it's a tough place to play down in New Orleans in that Superdome with Drew Brees and that offense and that crowd just wants to get to going. It's hard to get them stopping. I was pretty optimistic after we came away with that win last week against the New England Patriots and finally shake some of this monkey off our back. But we needed this W to stay in playoff condition, but unfortunately came up short. Came out slow start. Start the game off. We get a field goal. Sounds good. Next possession, our defense is doing good. We got to stop on the first drive. Come back down. 4th and 2. Drew Brees runs out the pocket. Throws it up. Guess what? Joe Hayden is right behind Alvin Kamara. He barely touches him, and guess what? It's a PI, a pass interference, which is one of my least favorite calls in the league, and they get called very often. Now, let's get this clear. One thing I hate about the NFL and what's different from the NFL and college is the fact that when there's a PI, the guy gets a spot of the foul wherever it's at. So he's 40 yards downfield. It's an automatic 40 yards with first down. Man, that's giving offense points. But guess what? New Orleans got the ball at the one, scored 7-3. Okay, whatever. Come back down, we get it 7-6. Whatever. New Orleans ends up scoring again, 14-6. Towards the end of the half, we finally score. Get it in. Get a two-point conversion. Tie. 14-14. New Orleans gets the ball back with a little 40 seconds. We've got it pretty good. No timeouts, by the way, either. Guess what? Throw the ball to Alvin Kamara right in the middle of the field. He runs down the field for a long run. Gets out of bounds with 7 seconds left, and they get a field goal. We're going into half down 17-14. I'm feeling pretty good with all these mistakes. We're not looking sharp. None of those things. Too many stupid penalties. Too many pass interference penalties. The defense is doing the best job they can. We're holding New Orleans. We come out in the third quarter and we dominate. Ben Roethlisberger is throwing money to the dime. Antonio, Juju, can't stop him. Now they both finished the game with over 100 yards receiving. Antonio had 14 catches for over $180 and 2 TDs. They couldn't stop him. Juju played his ass off. He had over 100 yards. Fans played pretty good. Jalen Samuels got in. One thing I didn't like, though, unfortunately, like I like to say, is that we are too pass heavy. Ben finished 33 for 50 with almost 400 yards, 3 touchdowns. But, hey, look, have to get a little more balance, like I said, like we did last week. Jalen Samuels only finished the game with 12 carries for 53 yards. 53 yards. That is it. We did a decent job of getting to Drew Brees. Did all right. We got a couple sacks on them. And once again, it comes down to discipline. Like I say, discipline. We're up 28-24 in the fourth quarter. Mind you, starting the third quarter, the New Orleans Saints got the ball and scored 24. It's 24 by Alvin Kamara. He gets that touchdown. Now we dominate. We get 2 more touchdowns to get up 28-24. Now we're driving the ball after we get a couple stops, and we did pretty good against their offense. Man, it's third and short. We hand the ball up to Stephen Ridley. He looks like he stopped. Guess what happens? Stephen Ridley fumbles the football and takes us out of chance to get a field goal or at least points out of that drive. New Orleans come back down. We stop them. We dodge the bullet. Guess what? It's 4th and 10. Mike Tomlin decides to go for it and calls a fake punt. Roosevelt Nix falls a yard short. Don't get it. Give New Orleans the ball. We get a stop after we block a field goal by L.J. Fort. Shout out to L.J. Fort. Our defense played their asses off, and they did the best job they could. They held the New Orleans team in check as best they could. But guess what? We get the ball back and go 3 and out again. Now New Orleans drives the ball down the field. Get a holding penalty. Get them stopped first and second down. It's 3rd and 20. They give over a 20-yard gain to take inside the 8. A couple plays later, throws a touchdown pass to Michael Thomas with 1:25 left. How many times am I going to say you can only give great teams and great players chance after chance after chance? When it's time to stake on people's necks, that's when you have to finish. We are so talented. I keep going through this with this team each week and week and week, out and out and out. We cannot finish games and we cannot stay disciplined. So here's what. Get the ball back with 1:25. Got a chance to go down. It's 4th and 15. Antonio Brown makes a hell of a catch on the sideline on 4th and 15. Keeps the drive moving. A couple plays later where Juju catches it, runs, gets tackled. He's fighting for yards. And guess what? He fumbles the ball. Sheldon Rankins pulls the ball out, rips it out. Game over. Signed, sealed, and delivered. Juju is on the sidelines crying. This is the summary of the season for my team. Find a way to lose in dramatic fashion. We can find every way to make things harder than they have to be. We flat out dominate the New Orleans Saints in a lot of ways in this game. But when it counted, they capitalized. And we did not. We did not have that killer instinct that we need to be. Ben played his best game of the season. Best game. Did not turn the ball over, no interceptions. But those 2 costly fumbles in the 4th quarter came back to bite us in the ass once again. And you cannot give that to them down in the Superdome. It is too hard. Now they clinch. They beat us. Now they clinch home field advantage throughout the NFC. And they're going to be a problem for teams. And I think they're going to end up getting to the Super Bowl at the NFC. Now with that loss, that just took us out of the playoff spot. We were up a half game on the Baltimore Ravens. Now, after the game, it was tough for me to say this, but I realized a scenario that needs to happen in order for us to be able to make the playoffs because we're on the outside looking in right now. Next week, we play at home against the Cincinnati Bengals, which I think we will get this W because Cincinnati's a pathetic team and Marvin Lewis needs to go, but that's another story for another day. But we need to beat them, and I have to root for the Cleveland Browns and Baker Mayfield to go on the road to Baltimore and beat a Baltimore Ravens team who is on a hell of a roll. Now, can they do it? I think they can, but only time will tell. Baker Mayfield has been balling. This Cleveland Browns team is not the old Cleveland Browns team of old. But now I got to root for them to go get this W. And it's a sad sight in Pittsburgh right now for all my Steelers fans. Steelers Nation, stand up, man. We got to get back to the drawing board, and we got to find a way to stay disciplined. Because right now, it's not looking so good for us. And now we need a W, and we need some help in order to secure a playoff spot. We put ourselves in this position. I can't be mad. I'm upset, but there's still light at the end of the tunnel. But, hey, with this W today, we could have put that noise away. Now we gotta win and rely on others for help. And man, it sucks right now. That was a tough loss. We had it right here in our hands, but guess what? Fell short. Too many mental mistakes once again. And once again, I'm tired of all these penalties and all these sloppy things that need to get handled. The NFL needs to talk to these refs and things need to get figured out. And players, defensive backs especially, need to trust their technique. That's what they're taught. Instead of keep getting these penalties and all these things, and we're talking about the rest of the end game, it's not need to be done. It was a hell of a game, I give New Orleans Saints a ton of credit. But as a Steelers fan, we should have came out and we should have got that victory. But that ultimately could cost us a playoff spot. And I'm pretty upset. But I love the way my team fought and they played hard, but came up short, unfortunately. We have to get back to the drawing board and figure it out next week and hopefully get help from the Cleveland Browns. Steeler Nation, I love you guys. I know we're all in pain right now, but hey, hopefully it'll get better. And hey, that's my 2 cents on my Steelers, but I'll be back. This your boy Adrian. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter at Keeping the Score, and don't forget to subscribe. Hit that subscribe button once again, and I'm out.